Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing great. And as we gear up to step into a brand new year, I just wanted to wish all of you an advance happy new year. I hope this upcoming year brings you happiness, success, and all the opportunities to chase your dreams. So, without further delay, let's get into our main topic, which is nothing but some confusion and unknown facts about wrapper classes in Java. So I think those who are working for a very long time in Java, they are already aware about this thing. But yeah, it is good to know that these unknown facts. So first, I will just give you a basic introduction of wrapper classes and what is the need of it, why we need it actually. So wrapper class is nothing but you can think of a wrapper around your primitive data type. So primitive data type, as we already know that Java provides primitive data type like int, char, long, double, float, right? So for each and every primitive data type, corresponding wrapper class object is already there. For int we have integer, for char we have character. So whenever the scenario comes into the picture that you need to use a wrapper class object, then you have to go for this kind of concept. And mainly this wrapper class we will use inside our collections APIs, generics, and whenever we are creating our own custom APIs, and based on the requirement we are creating our objects, in that scenario we have to use wrapper class. So I'll show you some code that you will understand, and some explain some basic concept about auto boxing and unboxing, very important concept whenever we are talking about wrapper class. And then I will move to that unknown fact and confusion which I was talking. So let's go to Eclipse and see that how to create a wrapper class object and what is auto boxing and unboxing. So I have already opened my Eclipse and I've created one class. That class name is wrapper class unknown facts. So now I will create one wrapper class object, right? So how can we create it? So I will just declare a variable of type integer, as Java already provide the corresponding wrapper class object for int primitive data type, that is integer. So whenever we want to use integer wrapper class object, then the type will be integer, right? Like this I can use. So this is a integer object, it's not a int value, it's a integer object. So this is happening because auto boxing is internally happening. So auto boxing means automatically conversion of Java's primitive data type to corresponding wrapper class object. So that is called auto boxing. And behind the scene compiler will do this. So compiler, what it will do, compiler will write something like this: integer dot value of, and it will create the corresponding wrapper class object. So this is called auto boxing, and this happening internally. I'll show you the bytecode and you will get to know that yeah, this is really happening. So I'll prove you by showing you the bytecode of this class. Now coming to the unboxing. So what is unboxing? So unboxing is nothing but the reverse process of auto boxing. That means whenever the conversion is happening from wrapper class object to a corresponding primitive data types, so this process we'll call unboxing. So let's say I have one primitive value int b, and I need to assign here the wrapper class object a, right? So this is unboxing. So internally Java compiler will do something like this: integer dot int value. So because of this, unboxing is happening, right? So let's see that what the output will look like, and after that I'll show you the bytecode that really this auto boxing and unboxing is happening or not, right? A, and I'll again insert one println statement and I'll give B here. Now I'll run the program and you will see that it will give you output as 1010. This is because internally auto boxing and unboxing is happening. Now as I have told you, this integer.value of will be called by compiler automatically, and whenever unboxing is happening, integer.inValue is called automatically by the compiler. So I'll show you the bytecode, then you will understand. So I have already opened my project directory, and if you go to the bin folder, this is my project directory and this is the bin folder. So if you go to the exact path of your the location, right, your package, we have, this is the package name com.shovanik.youtube.wc. this is my package name in the bin folder. So if you go to this folder, you will find the bytecode, the .class file, and what I will do, I will run one command to open the bytecode and see that is it really happening, autoboxing and unboxing by compiler. Let's see. So for that, Java already provides some tool like Java P is there. With the help of that, we can see the bytecode, and for that we need to use -c command and the class that the .class file. So just enter tab and you will find this class. So hit enter and you can see that some bytecode will come. You don't want to understand these things, this is some instruction, you don't need to understand this thing, but what you need to understand, what I'll show you. If you see the line number 2, this line, you will see that internally compiler is doing something like this: integer.value of, right, as I have already mentioned this thing. And if you see the line number 7, you can see that internally unboxing is happening and it is calling integer.inValue for unboxing. That means autoboxing and unboxing is happening automatically and Java compiler is doing it, right? I think this is clear. Now we are coming to the confusion part which I was talking, right? Let's say I am declaring two integer variable, integer a is equal to 110 and integer b is equal to 110, same value. And now I will define another variable, integer c is equal to 200 and integer d is equal to 200. Now if I print the value, I will not print the value, I'll compare this value with double equals operator and we'll see the output. And if you don't know that internal working, then you'll be confused to see the output, that why it's happening. So I'll tell you that why it is happening. So let's first see, let's first compare this thing, a double equals p, and after that I'll compare c and d. So I have total 4 variables, all of the variables are integer type. So what do you think, what should be the output whenever we are comparing first to integer object with double equals operator, and next two integer object with double equals operator. So what do you think, what will be the output? So let's see, and after that I will tell you that why it is happening. Yeah, I think you can see the output, and you might tell me that this is crazy, why this is happening. I am comparing two value uh, of the same type, and both the values are same, but still for one I am getting true, and for another pair I am getting false. Really, what, why this is happening? This is happening because of the caching. So wrapper class object will be cached for the efficiency and performance optimization, and there will be some range, up to that the value will be cached. So because of that this is happening. For integer the range is minus 128 to 127. So within this range, if you are comparing the values which have the same value, and you will see that it will give you true, because it will not create any new object, it will reuse the same value. So I think you are aware about this thing. Double equals means we are comparing the reference, right? And dot equals whenever we are comparing the contents. So I am comparing the reference, but still I am getting true. The reason here is caching. Wrapper class object cached some range, that's the reason. But for the next pair where I have declared integer c and d, the value is 200. In that case I am getting false, because these two are separate objects, it's not same, right? That's the reason, because it is not caching the range, this is outside of range, that's why we are getting this type of output, right? So I have given one comparison table, not comparison table, one summary table, where I have shown you the which of the wrapper classes is responsible for caching and what will be the range. But you need to aware that not all wrapper class object cached value. Few wrapper class object like double will not cached any value, but yeah, integer, short, long, character, this will be cached for performance optimization. And if you go to slide, if you see, this is the fact number 1, where I have whatever I have discussed through code, I have written these points here, right? And this is the table I was talking, in which I have mentioned all the wrapper classes name and their caching range, that up to which it will be allowed, and float and double will not be cached at all. So you need to keep in mind this thing whenever you are dealing with wrapper class object, right? Now let's go into fact number 2, and see that what will be the issue if you don't know. So as integer or character or double, it's an object, wrapper class object, so it can hold null values, right? So I can do something like this. And it is totally allowed. But where the problem will be, let's say I want to unboxing something, I want to assign this value to a primitive int variable. Let's say the variable name is this. So now if I assign this thing, you will see that this is allowed here. The compiler is not telling me that I can't assign null to int variable, but whenever you are running the program, you will get null pointer exception. So you need to keep in mind, see, cannot invoke java dot in, lang dot integer dot in value, because null object is null. This is my object name, that is null object, and I have tried to assign this value to a primitive data type, so that's why I'm getting null pointer exception in runtime. So you need to be careful whenever you are dealing with some integer object and that might give you null value. So always it's good to check before assigning uh, any integer object to any primitive data type or any kind of wrapper class object to any corresponding primitive data type. It's good to check once, then you can assign to that particular primitive data types. This is fact number 2. And one thing I think I thought of showing you but I have missed, that is you can create integer object like this way also. Integer a1 is equal to new integer. The constructor has been deprecated since version 9 and marked for removal, but still you can use it. But the reason why I'm showing you this, you will understand why I'm showing you this. So I've created two integer variable with new keyword. Right now I want to do the same thing. I want to compare these two integer object which I've created with new keyword. Let's see what will be the output. See, okay, I think I have to comment out this line and after that I can see. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so now you can see that is false because these are two separate object. Whenever you are creating any wrapper class object with new keyword, so every time you create the object with new keyword, it will create a separate object. And the reference, now double equals means we are comparing the reference, and in that case it is not at all same object, right? So the reference is not same here. So yeah, I think you have understood it, right? Now another interesting fact I'll show you. I have one primitive value, let's say some random name, and I have another integer wrapper class object, that is ccc, and the value is 10, right? Now what do you think if I compare these two value with double equals operator? So what do you think, what will be the output? What do you think, what will be the output? Can you guess? So the output will be true because there is a reason. I'll tell you. See, the output is true because the reason is whenever I am comparing this integer int value to integer object, unboxing is happening, and because of unboxing is happening, automatically it will be converted to integer type, and after that it will be compared with double equals operator. So as we know, in primitive data type we can compare the primitive data type value with double equals operator and it will give you true. So that's the reason it will give us the output as true. So these are some facts you should keep in mind whenever you are dealing with wrapper class object, right? So now let's get into our third fact, that is performance cost, right? So let's see what do I mean by that. let's say you have one you have declared one wrapper class object called sum, and you have one loop, sorry, very big loop. And what you are doing something like this: sum plus is equal to I. If you are doing this is not at all good. This will create some performance issue, because every time inside the loop this is happening, auto boxing and unboxing is happening, and every time it is creating some new objects, and because of that the performance will be down for the application. And as you know already that if we have a lot of unused object, the garbage collection will start removing this object. So whenever garbage collection will run, your program might slow down. So you need to also consider this kind of thing. So never use this wrapper class object inside a tight loop. You can find out some different approach. You can use primitive data type for that, but don't use this kind of code whenever you are dealing with some big iteration and you have to use wrapper class object, right? So this is the fact number 3 which I want to highlight here. Now let's see what will be the fact number 4. I think I have already discussed this thing. Fact number 4 will be double equals versus equals. I think this I have already discussed. Whenever I am comparing the value with double equals operator, there are certain scenarios in which it will give you true because of the caching, but in other scenarios it will give you false because it will comparing the reference, and beside the range of the cached range the value will be treated as different object, and that's the reason. So it's always good to use dot equals whenever you are dealing with wrapper class object. So wrapper class object, whenever you are comparing with the value with dot equals, it will compare the content. So in that case definitely it will give you true, right? So now to keep in mind this these scenarios, that when you want to compare double equals, but when you want to compare with dot equals method, so it is good to use dot equals method, as I have already mentioned. Yeah, now, yeah, mainly these are the facts which I wanted to discuss. uh, uh, so just be aware whenever you are dealing with wrapper class object, and yeah, that's it. I think I'm not sure that you guys are bored or not, but I think I have tried to explain this thing uh, in a simple way. I'm not sure that I have messed up or not, but yeah. So what will be the key takeaway? So I think I have already discussed that wrapper class is very essential for our collections and generics and our custom APIs, and it will be cache some small values for performance optimization. And I have already shown you that you have to be very cautious whenever you are dealing with null values and auto boxing and unboxing is happening. And yeah, last but not the least, always use dot equals for value comparison. So that's it. And really, if you understand this concept, then it will be very good, because it will help you to optimize the code whatever you are writing. So yeah, thank you very much for your time. And if you really like my video, please like. And if you really don't like the video, you can also uh, 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 share your thoughts in the comment section, and you can tell me that where I can improve, and really that would motivate me to make this kind of video and share with you. So thank you everyone. Have a great day.